Here's my milkweed that I'm using as my host plant for collecting seeds. I think it's a tropical milkweed. See, these other ones died in a recent freeze we had, but this one seems to be doing okay. This pod looks like it opened up recently, and this one, maybe this one. One of these was about to open up whenever I squeezed it, so. Oh yeah, this one's opening up, you can see. So I'm gonna pull this one off. There we go. You can see it's about ready to go. I'll go collect the seeds. Okay, so this is how I harvest the seeds from the milkweed. I just pulled this off the plant. You can see it's just starting to open up. There's the seeds in there. So this is how I've managed to get them out. I don't know if this is the right way to do it, but this works for me. So I just kind of pull it open. Just grab this whole pod out. And I just hold it over a container and just kind of scrape them off. They just come off pretty easily. This one's a little wet, so it's not wanting to come apart like when they're dry. When they're dry, these things will come off and kind of float away. So kind of like feathery. So these are kind of weird. You can see here's a bunch that I've collected over the past couple of months. I'm going to dry out this container because I'm assuming the moisture in there is not good, but I've been keeping this in my refrigerator, and yeah, just going to keep collecting seeds as my pods open up, and hopefully be able to plant them in the spring. Here's a more normal one. It's drier. I think something's wrong with those other seeds. They look kind of funny, but this is what they should look like. So they're just kind of popping out, falling out. Scrape them off. There they go. Very easily. Try not to get any of these little feather things in there. There we go. Bunch of seeds. Get these couple that fall on the table. Just gonna keep doing that with the rest of the pods, and hope I have enough to do something with. So we started seeing some Monarch caterpillars. They already ate some of our plants we had. So I'm gonna do some of our seeds in this raised garden bed we have here. Just kind of sprinkle them around and see if they grow. So I'm just taking the seeds that I picked earlier, in the year. Just gonna sprinkle them around. Oops. It's just kind of an experiment to see if these are gonna do anything or not. These have been in my fridge since I extracted them. So it's kind of the area I want them to grow. So I'll do that. Not sure if I'm doing this right or how you're supposed to do this, but again, just an experiment. I've got a bunch of seeds, so I've got, some to waste in my opinion. And we'll see how it goes. Today is April 7th, Good Friday. So I'll come back and check on these, see if anything comes up. I guess I will kind of, maybe stir them up a little bit, tamp them down, try to get them under the dirt. See if that helps. Okay, today's April 16th, and it looks like there's some signs of little plants growing. I'm not sure if it's milkweed or not, but I hope it is. See there? So I'm not sure how many days it's been, but I'll put it down here at the bottom how many days since I planted the seeds. But we've had some good weather, a bunch of rain, a bunch of sun, so hopefully that's some milkweed growing. I'll keep an eye on it. Okay, since those seeds are growing in our little white flower bed, I'm gonna go ahead and pour the rest of these out. Here in this other flower bed we've prepped in the backyard, and just sprinkle them around evenly and see if hopefully they'll grow here too. So yeah, today's again April 16th, so we'll see if we'll get some more sprouts out here in a little bit too. Okay, so since my experiment here on the flower bed is going good, again with the little seed starting to sprout, I'm gonna go ahead and work on this, where I'm gonna try to grow some milkweed in these little starter pots. This is just, we bought a flat of flowers from the nursery a little while ago, and after we planted them, I kept these. And so all I'm gonna do is use some potting soil from our local nursery, Clegg's, and fill these up, and then get some more of my seeds that I collected from last season's milkweed and sprinkle them in here and see if I can grow little starter plants to use throughout the season. Hopefully we get a lot of butterflies this year. So first thing I'll do is fill these up with our potting soil. Okay, so there's the soil. Didn't really take that much. And then now I'll just put, I don't know, maybe 4 seeds per pod, and just kind of lightly push them with my finger and then water them. Here's what I'm doing. I'm just pinching some seeds out of my container, sprinkling about 4, 2, 3, 4. That was 5, but it's fine. And then once they're in there, just kind of pushing them in a little bit and just covering them with just a little bit of soil. And I'm just going to continue to do that for each of these. Hopefully I don't use up all my seeds, because I'd like to do kind of one batch right now. Again, today's April 17th, and you know, maybe in a couple months do another batch, because I feel like I always end up needing more milkweed later in the season, and it gets very hard to find in the stores. So if this works out well, hopefully this will be a annual tradition. But anyways, so there's that first pod. I'll just do the same thing with the rest. For the sake of experimentation, I ended up doing about 4 per pod, 4 seeds, 3 seeds per pod here, and 2 seeds per pod here. And I'll see if there's any difference across them. I still have a bunch of seeds left, so hopefully I can do more experiments down the road. But yeah, so that's it. I'm gonna water these. I'll keep them in the sun, kind of similar to what that garden bed saw. And hopefully in a week or two, start seeing some sprouts. But I will report back if I see some sprouts. Okay, so today's April 28th, and we have growth. So here you can see that it looks like this must have been a 4-seed tray. I got these all mixed up because my kids were playing with them, but looks like, you know, where I put 4 seeds in, this one too, looks like all the seeds that I planted were growing. So maybe next time around I'll just do 2 each. But yeah, got some good growth going. So I'll keep track of these and see how they keep growing. Again, today's 4/28, so I'll put down the bottom here how long it's been since I planted these. Okay, so today is May 22nd, and this is how my seedlings are doing. You can see they're getting pretty big. I think I'm actually going to transplant them today. And this is how the ones that I planted directly into the soil are doing. You can see they're actually quite a bit smaller. If I hold up these to those, I'm a little surprised that the ones in the dirt aren't bigger. So I guess maybe because the potting soil I used here instead of just whatever, you know, ground garden soil wasn't there. I'm not sure, but anyways, these are doing really good. So I think I'm going to take these out, at least the taller ones, and separate them and put them in their own pot, so hopefully they can keep growing bigger. All right, so this is what they look like when I popped them out. I'm surprised at, honestly, the amount of roots there are. I thought they would be a lot less rooty than that. So try to break these apart and see if I can get individual ones or not. they're too intertwined, I might just have to transplant them all together as one. Really didn't expect this many roots. Don't want to damage them. Not coming apart easily. Okay, so it looks like if you just kind of lightly shake them, you can't get them to come apart. So that was good. And I was expecting a much less of a root system, so I wasn't really planning for this many roots. So I think I'll do something like this instead for potting. There we go. That way the roots are kind of well dispersed, hopefully. Mosquitoes are out. All right, just pack that in, get a little more dirt, and I'll just keep doing that for, I don't know, a few more. So again, just want to show how I'm separating these in case it's not super clear. I got mosquitoes buzzing around. I'm pushing them out of here, crumbling all the dirt off. And then just grabbing one. Just like kind of grabbing it right above the root there. Just shaking it like that. Just up and down shaking it. And then I'll switch to another one, do the same thing. Just, I don't know, I was kind of wondering if this would be easier if I was doing it like in a bucket of water or something, getting the root ball wet. I don't really know, but it seems to work okay. So that's all I'm doing is I'm grabbing it right above the end of the roots and just kind of shaking. And as I do that, they seem to, see, there it goes. Falls apart from itself. So there's one. I've got two left that are stuck together. Do the same thing. Make sure I don't grab any of the roots. Grab above the root, just shake. There's two, and there's three. So that leaves all the roots intact pretty nicely. So I think that's gonna be pretty healthy for the plant. So just wanted to show that and not sped up. All right, so it took about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pods out and made this out of it. So I've got, what is that, 10 in these square jars. I've got 3 in these bigger circular ones and 3 in these smaller, a little bit smaller circular ones. You can see a little difference in size. So all these plants are, I mean, they're the same age. They're all seeded at the same time. They're about the same size right now. So I'm just kind of curious to see if they grow drastically differently depending on the size of the pot. Maybe I'll do, you know, a much bigger pot here, maybe a couple of those. And yeah, so just kind of keep track if, you know, I assume pot size will have a difference. I don't know how big of a difference, but we'll let these keep growing. Maybe I'll do 2 more or something with really big pots and see if that makes a difference or not. And yeah, so today's May 22nd, and I'll check in on these every now and then, see how they're doing. Okay, so a quick update. Today's May 27th, and I pulled some more out from there and added these 7 square pots and 4 circular pots. I also came here, and where I had empty spots, I kind of redistributed some of these. So if, like, you know, one of these had 4, I pulled it out and spread it out, you know, put one here, one here, one here, one here. And so they were more singled out, so I can thin these out a little bit. So I guess I'll keep doing that kind of as the days go by and redistributing these until they're all in single plant pots. But yeah, here's the latest on May 27th. All right, y'all, today is the 4th of July, 2023. Here's what's left of my original tray. You can see I finally got all of these milkweeds in individual spots. So I've broken them all apart. I've got some empty spots finally. My wife found some pots from her sister that she wasn't using, and these clay pots. And I got some more pots from Clegg's because I got some other plants, so I transplanted some more. Moved these guys over to, these are the ones that originally started out in this tray here, and have slowly migrated to bigger pots. Oh, I got another spare pot, so I got one more I can transplant. But yeah, I think I've shown everything there is to show, really. Again, successfully, you can see that I've grown milkweeds from seeds. So it was pretty easy. I think anybody can do it if you want to do it. Again, just got to harvest from the seed pod. My wife, for my birthday last month, got me some other variety of milkweeds, and you can see that this one's got a seed pod on it. This is a swamp milkweed. It's got 2 seed pods that are about to burst. So next year I will be expanding my variety of milkweed from tropical to some of these other varieties. And yeah, and successfully we finally got some caterpillars. You can see I moved a couple of these plants over here, and I got some big cats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think there's 6 or 7 total. They're getting pretty big, so some of them might have ran off already. But mission accomplished in my book. They're eating it good. They're growing big. These were little babies when they started off. So yeah, if you're looking to do what I'm doing, I originally started out thinking I might sell some of these, but now that I finally got some caterpillars, I think I'm probably just keep them all to myself. Again, I started out with this little guy with 3, 4, 5 seeds per little thing. I'll probably, now that I've got some more empty spots, I've got more seeds in the fridge still, because those seed pods have like hundreds of seeds in them, it seems like. So I'll go ahead and fill these up with some more dirt, put some more seeds in, keep growing them. It's only July, so make sure I got plenty of plants when the butterflies come back through. And so yeah, there you go. This is probably my biggest one. And it's, it even ended up growing 2 other little sprouts off of the main stem. So again, easy to do, successful. And then the last thing I'll just mention is the seeds that I planted in our little garden bed box here. That's how big they are. They are tiny. So definitely potting them with potting soil is the way to go. These 2 on the sides here, these I bought from the store big already. So for whatever reason, the seeds that I planted in here didn't really take off like the ones in the pot. So I don't know why. Maybe I crowded them. Maybe the soil's not good in here, but definitely recommend doing it the way I did in the pots. And I don't know how long it's been, maybe 2 or 3 months. You'll have lots of milkweed. So hope this is helpful. And yeah, if you got any questions, just drop a comment and I will do my best to reply with an answer. Thanks very much for watching. So just a couple of bonus tips. I've heard once caterpillars eat all the leaves off of your plant, I've heard people say to cut it down at the stalk, and it should promote growing. So here's just a comparison of 2 that were shed about the same time. I cut this one down at the ground and left this one alone, so you can see kind of the difference in leaves. And then here's another one I did also. Cut this one down short, and then grew a shoot off the side, and left this one alone. Just started growing from the top again. So I don't know that it makes that big of a difference. I guess there's a few more leaves on this one that I cut down on the ground, but I don't think it's gonna make a big difference. The cool thing, which is my second kind of fun fact, is if you do cut it off on the ground and you have a tall stalk left, what I found out you can do is you can actually put that stalk in some dirt, just that bare stalk. And that's what I did over here. This is one that I cut off and I put in the dirt, and it started growing again. So you can actually propagate milkweed. I didn't realize you could do that. I tried it with 2 other ones. There's one back here that might come back. There's a leaf in the back of it maybe. And this one back here that definitely is not gonna survive. Sorry, this one, that one's dead. So not guaranteed to work if you try to cut the stem, stick in the dirt and propagate, but might work. So those are just some two kind of bonus facts there.